Hey everyone, my name is Michael Pierre, and welcome to Mindful Investing. Today I have a very special guest for you guys, Andrew Del Toro. We met actually at World CryptoCon 18, and yeah, it's just been a journey since then, learning, and so hopefully we'll have a good amount of information and knowledge to give to you guys today. So we're really just gonna delve into, I guess, both of our segues into cryptocurrency and where we started from, where's that led us, and future prospects. So, yeah, got a lot to cover, so we're just gonna delve right into it. So, yeah, how are you doing today, first of all?
I'm doing very well today, trying to be as productive as possible and also trying to learn, talk, and speak about anything that is crypto related,
hmm
anything financially related, anything technology related.
Yeah,
So,
because
day's been going pretty well so far.
it
How
is
about you?
very. I'm sorry. What do you say?
How about you? How's your day?
Oh, great. Yeah, got some 9 to 5 stuff out the way. Doesn't even matter. But yeah, it's really just all about this right now. I think this is actually a very like important time to be talking about this because it seems like we're on the precipice not only of cryptocurrency but a huge financial a shift in monetary policy as well as just equities in general. I mean anyone just looking at the market can tell something is about to happen. So
Yeah, I feel right now, I think what's Bitcoin broke $10,000 recently.
mm,
I know you were showing me like a few different graphs of and why that's important, significant. So,
hmm
as if it wasn't already important 10 years ago, I think it's wildly important, especially right now, 10
hmm
years later.
for sure. So yeah, I just had a couple kind of sections I wanted to lead into. So I was curious, what led you, I guess, into crypto from. All right, well, I guess I wanted to start out. What's your background, I guess, or before any of this, what were you focusing on?
So pretty much for me, I graduated high school in 2010. I went to a few different universities before I ultimately got a bachelor's in psychology at Cal State San Bernardino, Palm Desert campus. I graduated. Um, I went around to apply to different places. Originally, I thought I wanted to become a teacher, so I went into a school district doing substitute teaching.
Hmm.
I realized I definitely don't want to become a teacher, and I kind of explored other career options. So some of those things included becoming a bartender, being a server, working in food and beverage, and then also doing Uber and Lyft. Um,
Oh,
over like the past 5 years, especially, I've gotten a lot more. I don't know I got a lot of real world experience because when you're in college, you don't necessarily get that experience. You need to
no,
go out
not
in
at
the
all.
world and find it. But
Yeah.
yeah, for like the last 5 years, especially since 2015, various jobs, doing substitute teaching, doing Uber Lyft. Current job, I'm a human resources clerk at this company. It's just been very interesting so far. So
Hmm.
my background is very not related to technology or finances at all, but it's sort of my hobby. Is a fair way of saying it, and I'm very much interested in it.
So sort of a
And
passion, really.
quite frankly, I think it's the future. So
Yeah, and I kind of wanted to sort of digress a little, but I guess I'm curious about your opinion on college in general. And do you think that was a good thing for you? Was it a waste of time, or did it actually help you see where you wanted to really go?
So college is great if you kind of have your end game already figured out.
hmm
So if you know what you want to do, like for instance, you want to become a doctor or a lawyer or something that actually requires college, then go ahead and go to college. That's a great idea. Generally speaking, it is good to have a college degree, but I feel like if you don't know what you're doing in college and you haven't quite thought about it and took the time to really figure it out,
Yeah.
then I don't know. I don't think it's the most effective decision to make. Mainly because if you were to just, to weigh out the time and money spent in college, like 4 years, and I think it's like $50,000 of debt,
Just, yeah, on
cumulatively,
average, it could be
you're
way more than that.
and
Yeah.
like compare that to something else you can be doing with that time and money in the same 4 years for the same amount of money. And you know what I mean? I feel like when you
hmm
start thinking of it like that, you kind of start to realize that like, what am I getting out of college that I can't get out of, researching on YouTube or Google or teaching myself. So at a certain point, you kind of that happens. You kind of go through that thought process, and you're like, I don't for
Yeah.
me personally, I recommend all the my little sister and friends alike that are considering college to think about what you actually want to do, and if
Hmm.
it going to college lines up to what you want to do, then by all means go for it. But if you're just going to college to kind of push things off because you have nothing better to do, I don't think it's the wisest thing to do.
Yeah, it's a
So
big paycheck for something that you don't have a direct vision for, I suppose. So you think if you don't know what you want to do yet, that's something you shouldn't even think about.
yeah, I think you got to do a lot of soul searching. I mean, I think a better thing to do, well, I don't know, like staffing agencies, or they pretty much just find the work for you to go kind of see, get your foot in the door with different types of jobs. So whether it's administrative work, whether it's working in restaurants, whether it's working, I don't know, something like IT,
Hmm.
find a staffing agency, get your experience networking, talking to people, and to find something that you think you might actually like to do, and then go from there. So if that thing you like to do requires college or whatever it is,
Yeah.
then take that path. But like in the beginning, don't just kind of like narrow-mindedly force yourself to go to college because you think that's what you're supposed to do. Rather, take the time to get real-world experience and then make the decision to go to college.
Yeah, I think there's so much pressure just to jump right in. I mean, socially and parents economically. I don't want to digress too
Yeah,
much, but
like
yeah,
the
but I
thing that I want to say about this, for me, I personally felt sort of trapped into going to college, primarily because I was a first generation kid in my parents' family to get offered college or be, actually consider it. So they pushed it on me. My GPA was a high enough GPA that my counselors pushed it on me. They said, you have a 4.2 GPA, you should consider college. And then, pretty much everybody said go to college. So I'm like, well, that was a decision I
yeah.
made. I went to college. Nobody said do this. Work in a staffing agency to see if you like it. Nobody told me that. And I mean, I don't even know if I would have considered it at the time. But like, me looking back now, definitely would have rather invest my time and money into other things that
Yeah.
are now more interesting to me.
And one more quick question about that. At any point, Earl, how many years did you spend in college?
Say one more time.
How many years did you actually spend in college?
So it was a total of 5 years.
Okay. And how much financial education would you say you received during that time?
Uh, well, okay. So because my parents did assist me with that, so essentially they took on half and I took on the other half.
Mm.
So
Oh, I mean like
say
actually
again.
learning about money, not paying for the college.
Say again.
Like the learning about the basics, like actually learning about money, not paying for the actual college. I mean, like where you actually taught about the history of money and its inception and where it's led to and its digitalization and so forth.
Not at all. Like my major in college was definitely it was well, it changed a lot over the years, but I'm just saying like the college taught me nothing about money. It was kind of like, like take out a big loan and here you go, good luck.
Yeah.
Nobody really had that sit down talk with me to kind of for me to figure out or think about like what's your long term plans and how do you want to make money. It was kind of like a don't ask, don't tell sort of situation. Uh, anyways, at this point, everything I learned about money been primarily because me being interested in technology, especially Bitcoin. So all the things I know at this moment right now are a direct reflection of pursuing, like trying to learn the technology better.
It's weird that that's really the norm. It's like that's you're not near the first person I've heard to say that. But anyway, I kind of
Yeah,
just that's just stuff that's been kind of in my head lately. But kind of wanted to. And we'll get back on track. So regarding
yeah.
your
The educational system isn't very effective. It's the
yeah,
reason why I'm not pursuing becoming a teacher.
yeah, I'm 100% with you there, man. But yeah, that's a whole really another topic, honestly. But it's
Yeah, I
very.
gotta.
I would love to cover more about that. But regarding cryptocurrency and your segue into it, has it led to any other ventures that you may not have initially thought of, or
Ventures.
just like
So,
I don't know, ideas, projects?
um, sort of learning about. Well, the best way I can answer that is like short answer yes. It's definitely opened a huge like I guess a renaissance of learning.
Hmm.
Um,
That's always
basically
fun. Yeah, I'm
And
for sure.
and like you start learning about like, well, why is our current money set up the way it's currently set up, and then why is it not set up the way Bitcoin's set up? Because when you learn about Bitcoin, you're kind of like, whoa, this is great, this is amazing. Why is nobody else on this? Why is it the current
What's specifically about Bitcoin has you feeling that way compared to our current system?
I would say the fact that it's a deflationary type of uh, financial instrument, I guess, or a deflationary type of medium of exchange,
Mm-hmm.
as opposed to the U.S. dollar being a very inflationary medium of exchange. So Bitcoin, I believe, is only going to have only ever produce 21 million Bitcoins,
Mm-hmm.
and that's it. That's the finite amount,
Yeah,
and
not
that's the
counting the
quantity
millions that
that.
are already lost in wherever.
There's
So not counting the millions that are already lost in computers and landfills and people forgetting
Yeah,
their
yeah. We were talking
passwords.
about that. Like a whole bunch of bitcoins are lost in like the initial
Yeah,
wallets that were created.
roughly 3 million
That's
actually. So the real amount that's actually available to people, I mean, you can't ever know the exact amount, but it's around, I think, 17 or 18 million. Yeah.
gotcha.
And
And
in
so
reality, I'm sorry, the amount that's actually on exchanges is only a couple million because everyone is, holding theirs in offline wallets and so forth. But anyway,
yeah,
you were saying.
I guess kind of going back to the question, it's just a very superior form of money. So it's not only
Hmm.
deflationary, but also was it saleable across space, across time, and across
Yeah.
scales. To me, I get that directly from the Bitcoin Standard by Safety and Moose, but pretty much he stresses that those are the three criteria that any type of money should be considered when you're using it as a monetary media. So looking at the U.S. dollar and applying, scalability across space, time, and scales. I mean, it's okay across scales, it's divisible to the penny. Across time, it's very, very flawed. The reason why it's flawed is because we Americans and we print a lot of money and like millions and millions of dollars every single year, and it's like to us that's just so normal and just so like, yeah,
Trillions,
we can
really.
do this, and like it really fucks up everybody's supply of money. It makes everybody's purchasing power decrease as a result, and that's been slowly pervading our whole society for like the last so many years, 50
Hmm.
years since the Federal Reserve was created. Um, I got a little tangent. One interesting thing I learned about the Bitcoin Standard is that hyperinflation. I think there's only one count of hyperinflation in history before World War One.
Hmm.
After World War One, there's like 56 counts of hyperinflation as a result.
Really?
It's primarily because governments print money, like it's a government fiat money, and so they're like, well, if we can
Hmm.
print this, we can do whatever we want with it. So they're pretty irresponsible, financially responsible, because they're not really being considered about the overall effect of macroeconomics
Yeah.
and about the country and about how it's going to work. So a complete counter to that philosophy was it? I think it's called Keynesian
Yeah, yeah.
economics.
Keynesian versus
A complete
Austrian.
counter
Yeah,
to that would
really.
be Austrian economics, which is, I believe, what the programmer who developed Bitcoin had in mind when developing it. Um, things should be deflationary. Things should be a sound money,
Hmm.
and that's really the best way for people to, I don't know, survive. Like it's better for every individual person to have a sound money standard as
Hmm.
opposed to a non-sound money standard. So
Yeah, I think I'm trying to get in like the mindset of people, in charge of this system right now, and I think that they believe that this, like most people think, well, it's obvious to them that their money's always losing value, although it's very not. Most people don't even think about that, but I think the reason for it is they want you to always be investing your money rather than saving, even though that's the dogma that we've been grown up to believe. And if you're not investing your money, you're losing money, just straight up. That's just 2% inflation a year by conservative records, not even counting price rising costs and everything else to go along with that, taxes. And anyway, that yeah,
yeah,
I agree with you on that one for sure.
like I said, direct result of me learning about Bitcoin has really just taught me how to think about money in the future and long term.
Mm.
A perfect example of that is that as of recently, like in the past 5 to 6
Yeah.
and I wouldn't set it to the side. I just kept it there, and eventually that attitude would pretty much I would deplete that money, and in due time, like I wouldn't have money because I'd spend it on things like I don't know, like the Coachella ticket,
Yeah.
or going to LA and having a great time and drinking and things like that. So like
Hmm. Which
one of those
isn't
things will
necessarily a bad thing at all. I'm not knocking any of that, but it's if you don't have a macro vision in mind and you just keep that money in a place where it's so easily attainable, it's just that's human nature. You're gonna touch it.
it's just way too tempting to tap into it.
Yeah.
So yeah, learning about Bitcoin has kind of made me much more financially responsible, and so that's directly learning about Bitcoin because I feel
Yeah.
like money should appreciate over time, and so you should try to save it and do the best that you can instead of just waste all of it.
Hmm. Good. Well, very well said. I would say. All right. Probably gonna cut this little mid-range area. I'm looking for the question. My
All good, bro.
handwriting is terrible. Uh, where is my next thing? What was that? Oh, okay. So I'm curious because I'm thinking about myself and when was the very first time I heard about crypto and what made me get into it. And it's funny that I can't actually remember the very first time. I guess it was such, I don't know, like an instant just like light turned on in my head, and I don't know, I just went like manic for like a year, and just like any extra money I had was going into that. And like I remember just like I would make myself just be broke for like a year, just if I could say any extra money I had besides bills. Even before I paid all my bills, I'd be putting like as much money as I could into that. But it was just, I don't know. I'm wondering if you can relate to that. Like if you remember the very first time that you ever heard about it, and like what was your initial reaction?
The first sort of, I mean, it was a general sort of thing. So 2017, that's when pretty much I was like, I don't want to be a substitute teacher. So what else can I do with my time and my money that
Hmm.
is valuable? So one of the things that I don't know specifically what got into it or where I heard about it. I don't know what, but pretty much started researching YouTubers about Bitcoin. The first YouTuber I found out about was Crypto with a zero for an O.
Oh, okay. I'm familiar. Yeah.
I forgot his, totally forgot his name.
Hmm.
Omar Bomb, I think is his name.
Hmm.
Anywho, started watching his videos about cryptocurrencies, became extremely fascinated and intrigued by them, started learning about more of them. So I was like, what's Ethereum? What's EOS? And wow, this is insane. So I got really, really into that. And that was
Hmm.
also when ICOs came out, which
Yeah.
was a very interesting part of the crypto space.
It really was.
I pretty much started learning about cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin, on YouTube from the YouTubers of crypto as
Mm.
well as Ivan Tech, and that's initially what got me into it. Um, it was a soundbite. People talk about cryptocurrency, you kind of hear it here and there, and you don't really understand it. So, anyways, what I was saying is at the time, 2017, I didn't want to be a substitute teacher anymore, so I wanted to look into different avenues of making money. So, cryptocurrency and Bitcoin was one of those avenues. So, therefore, I poured more time and effort into trying to learn and understand that technology.
Hmm.
Basically, from there was just so many. Once you start learning about it, you start to question like, why do I do this, and why doesn't I teach for this?
Yeah.
The best way of putting it is that like it got me really interested into technology to the point where like I started. Well, right now I'm pretty much studying to be a system administrator um, for Linux operating systems and projects of that sort. So it all started like for me, like I don't really care about my bachelor's degree in psychology. I much more focus on getting into like an IT type of job and working for a tech type of company doing Linux type stuff
Mm.
because I feel that there's definitely like I don't know with the way we're headed with technology and everything, it's only getting more and more increasing. We're exponentially increasing our
For
technology
sure.
every single day. So the way I see it is that I want to get in on that whole wave of technology, and I mean I think Bitcoin is under that same umbrella. So all I'm trying to say is like I see that whole path. So I'm like it's much more worth it for me to pursue like learning about computers than it is for me to pursue about anything else.
Yeah, learning like what makes this tick really. Like the underlying technology behind what makes Bitcoin really.
So it's written in what is it C++ coding language, which is I mean I don't know that programming language per
Okay.
se. Um, I just feel that like I mean blockchain technology and stuff is very cool. It could be has a host of different
Yeah, whoever that may be.
before being
Yeah.
what was that?
I say whoever that may be, well,
Yeah,
we still don't know.
for all we know, so
Yeah, for real. Oh man, but what I'm really interested in is where central banks are going to take this because there's this term central bank digital currency that they've pretty much hijacked from Bitcoin, and I'm wondering, do they think it's going to be just easy to create a copy of it, or they think people are just going to adopt this basically stable coin instead of using Bitcoin? What do you think is in the minds of central bankers right now in regards to central bank digital currencies?
so I think they're trying to advertise to people who don't understand the cryptocurrency, especially Bitcoin,
Hmm.
and to try to take that audience away from Bitcoin. So as I told you, it's a rabbit hole of learning about government and financial systems. So it's a process of learning. So in that whole process of learning, I feel
Hmm.
like these central banks, at least in American central banks, are trying to get to you before you learn and go down the rabbit hole, so that way you
Yeah.
don't actually learn about anything else. It's like a way of controlling the way we think to an extent. So like, if a bank does it and you've heard about cryptocurrency but you don't understand it, and then you say, oh, the bank is offering their own cryptocurrency,
Yeah.
and then you talk to somebody who knows a thing or two about Bitcoin, it's like there's two totally different things. And so I think that's the whole goal with the central banks setting up their own digital currencies, is to just basically capture an audience, a naive audience, before they become
Hmm.
more matured in their opinion.
Yeah, so I definitely agree with you on that. I think especially because we know there's what less than 1% of the population involved in Bitcoin right now. And maybe I mean, if you extrapolate that, maybe what 10-20% of the population that's even heard of it. And the amount of the reach that central banks have, there's only what 4 or 5 countries in the world that there isn't a central bank in. So it's very likely that a lot of people are gonna hear about this and use it before they hear about Bitcoin, and by the time they do, it'll be too late. It'll be 100 grand, it'll be $1 million by then per coin, and they would have missed the boat. So yeah, I don't know if that's something that could even be prevented. Not that it even should be, but it might just be an inevitable progression.
Well, I gotta say this: when I was an Uber and Lyft driver, I think total combined, I did about 1,000 or so rides, 1,500 rides, something like that, and
Mm.
it was my spiel to talk to my ride share drivers and
Yeah.
ask about Bitcoin, especially about cryptocurrency, but especially about Bitcoin. And I would always like force a conversation and talk about it. And I would say things like, "So, do you know anything about Bitcoin?" And they're like, "No." And I'm like, "So let me tell you something.
Yeah.
It's a sound money. It's a secure form of money. It's a digital currency." So I definitely did that to a few hundred people, and one person talks to another person talks to another person. I just hope in their path of learning that it kind of I sparked some sort of inspiration or some sort of like intrigueness or
Yeah.
intriguement or interest in the whole crypto space. To at least get them to start thinking about this is a real possible financial solution or alternative that's worth considering. So
Hmm.
you're definitely right. Very few percentage of the population knows about it, but I did my grassroots efforts and tried
Yeah.
to start it as best as I possibly can. So
Yeah. So if I
hopefully
mean,
that does some
if
good.
you had to, yeah, I mean, it's definitely more than not. It's most people, you really have to do your own research. The most you can do is really just mention that it exists, really. But if I don't know, if you had to guess, like how many people out of I don't know that 100 knew about it before you mentioned it to them.
A few of them, only a few of them. Out of like, if I were to speculate like actual statistical like number for it,
Mm.
I would say there's probably I would say maybe between 25 and 50 people that actually have very coherent opinion about cryptocurrency and Bitcoin. Out of the hundreds of people, I would say 500 people that actually spoke about it with me,
Yeah.
and that was about it. Some people knew more than me, and I was like, oh man, like my
Yeah,
bad.
that's
But
cool though.
other people didn't know anything about it. So, for instance, I know there were people that I kind of asked them, what they do, why visiting the Coachella Valley,
Mm.
and some of them were bankers
Yeah.
because I feel like crypto is designed to take down the whole central banking system.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's really interesting hearing what they have to say about it and hearing what I had to say about it.
Okay. So given the recent price rise, we know it's just a touch 10K, and that's a big psychological barrier for a lot of people. What do you think anything has changed in the market sentiment? If you've talked to any people recently, compared to, I'm thinking to the last bull run or the last time there was this kind of, relatively parabolic move. Maybe not the last time since, we hit 14K and been on a correction since the summer. More so the last turn where it went from bearish to bullish, like macro environment, all the way to 20K. Do you think there's a different sentiment right now compared to then?
Uh, well, I'm not so how to say I'm not super in tune or 100% up to date with the news coming out. Like
Mm-hmm.
so, I know when I started in 2017, I was much more interested in like what the SEC was doing for regulations, and
Mm-hmm.
I think at that time it was talks that Facebook was gonna announce LibreCoin,
Yeah, and
and
that's
so
pretty much
like
been
at
squashed
that
now by by bankers. So I don't think that's even going to be a thing anymore. Unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, but just what it is.
yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
But I guess what I'm saying is the sentiment right now is I guess that I mean, I'm so sold on the technology itself being, changing financial paradigms that I'm super long-term bullish Bitcoin. So like, right now, I guess we're kind of in the very beginning of another significant bull run. I think we just reached or past 10,000,
Mm-hmm.
and so I mean, compared to the last sentiment, I think it was in 2017, beginning of 2018. It jumped up to 20,000, and like that, I feel like that came out of nowhere. Like I don't know what made it come up. I
Mm-hmm.
wasn't too savvy. I don't know. Like I don't know why it came up at that time. But this time, like I don't know. There's a lot more. There's more maturity in the market, and the direction it's going is well, the direction it's going is definitely up. But I'm just saying, for me personally, how I see it is that like, despite all the noise happening outside with the news and everything like that, I just feel like fuck everything, fuck all the noise. Like it's just gonna go up and it's just gonna appreciate in value. And so we
Yeah.
should focus on things that are gonna, like business models about using cryptocurrencies or like what is it called? Like I think it's not Zap. I think it might be called Zap. But
Hmm.
recently was it Jack Mallard or Jack Mallard? He just made like an application that's pretty much compatible with financial US dollar and Litecoin. To the
Really?
point where it's like
Oh.
if you show like a QR code and then you have Litecoin, you can pay a bill or especially a receipt or was it like what do you do when you go to a restaurant? They give you a bill. What's it called? A receipt?
Tab, pretty much, I guess.
Tab. You can pay a tab with Litecoin using this app, and it's funny because it disregards, it ignores the tax associated on the bill. It ignores that entirely. So
Really?
all I'm trying to say is that like those type of projects are things that should be focused on when thinking about the price of it going up or down. Like
Mm-hmm.
so, perhaps we're entering a bull run for sure. But even more exciting to me is the fact that somebody made an app this year that makes Litecoin compatible with settling payments with
Mm-hmm.
fiat money.
So it's basically a third-party app that you could link to whatever payment system and utilize that in real world.
Yes, absolutely.
Hmm.
And it's functional. It's like I don't know if it's not a stable release. It might be the beta testing, but it's entirely functional.
Mm-hmm.
I saw a YouTube of Jack Mallard paying for something with that app, and it's kind of like commercial or advertising it, but pretty much it
Yeah.
very much works. So things like those projects, coming on board, like the more projects that are like that happen, it just kind of like solidifies and cements and really concretes the validity of Bitcoin
Yeah.
and cryptocurrencies coming to be. So despite what the SEC might say about exchanges and laws and permitting companies to spend money and whatever it is, technologies like that simple Litecoin Zap application that can allow you to settle bills is very I don't know that's bullish. It's supremely bullish.
100%. I'm wondering, what is your opinion on, I guess, not survivability. What like on I'm the altcoin market. I'm trying to say in relation to Bitcoin because we know a lot of people don't want to spend their Bitcoin because of speculative nature of it, and as well as that, there's a number of altcoins that move just exponentially faster than Bitcoin in terms of transaction speed and transfers and so forth. So, what is your opinion on, I guess, the like how many, not how many, but just the long term, I guess, use case of altcoins in relation to Bitcoin? Will there be some kind of supplementation or will they work alongside each other? How much room is there for for altcoins alongside Bitcoin?
It's definitely there's room for sure. Like this is just the beginning. There's not. I don't think there's a lot of companies that are developing like 100% full forward effort to making their whole company just develop applications that are compatible with Bitcoin.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like what's it? Jack Mallers and the Litecoin implementation of it. Like that's just one example. Like Lightning Network is compatible with Bitcoin, so that's one thing. I think there's other. There's how there's Venmo, Zelle, and Cash App. You know what I mean? Those
Yeah.
are like with intermediary settlement layers that are on top of the U.S. dollar. There can also be similar type of settlement layers on top of the Bitcoin network. So I'm not saying there's three.
Mm-hmm.
There's three solutions, but like obviously the best solution, the quickest solution is gonna win. But there's plenty of room because there's just not a lot of projects in development. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's some right now, but it's not like super mainstream. I'm trying to say like the barrier to entry is very much open.
Okay.
Anybody can contribute to it, and you don't have to be like a professional software developer. Like you can be some 20-year-old kid who doesn't know anything about Python, and you can manipulate a node to do what you want to do, and it's
Okay.
open to anybody right now.
Do you think that has something to do with maybe the previous or the last, I guess, the ending bear cycle that just decimated hundreds or maybe thousands of altcoins in their projects because of lack of funding, or do you think it was just the ideas behind it that just wasn't applicable to real world applications?
Well, this is why I settle on. Whenever I think about that, it's because of the fact that Bitcoin is truly decentralized, and I think 99% of every other project outside of Bitcoin is centralized in some sort of way.
Mm-hmm.
Because of that fact right there, I think a lot of projects are destined to fail because most of them are cash grabs and most of them are pump and dumps,
Yeah.
and most of them aren't really. They don't care about like the long term value of the currency or like the technology. They're just trying to ride a wave and make money while they can.
Yep.
So there's definitely room for apps to come about to be. I really feel Lightning Network is one of those, an example of one of those. But like in 2000, the .com bubble, when a lot of people invested in Pets.com because they thought that was a cool stock.
Yeah. Just
Amazon
sounded
was
cool.
also in the .com bubble, and nobody really paid attention to it. And now look at it now; it's one of the best performing, or not best performing. It's one of the biggest companies in the world right now. So like, anyways, I just see Bitcoin as like the Amazon and like the .com
Uh
bubble
huh.
and the ICO bubble, and it mainly because of the philosophy that it's decentralized. So because I started learning about Bitcoin, I got really into like technology. So I got into like sort of like software design or software design. Basically, I got really into learning about Python. Um, I'm at the point right now where there's quite a learning curve in terms of I can't learn how to code C++ overnight, so
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to understand the Bitcoin code. Going on GitHub and looking at it and trying to
Yeah.
submit a pull request. That's not going to happen anytime soon for me. But like rather, I'd much rather position myself in the tech world to be able to administer I don't know Bitcoin to businesses. Like at some point, somebody's gonna have to create an app that's integratable or compatible with U.S. dollar and Bitcoin because I feel like that's really gonna be that's the inevitable future in my opinion. So what I'm saying is that like learning about Bitcoin has kind of coerced me and pushed me in the direction of learning about technology, especially system administration on Linux systems, as a way to help facilitate the change of like financial technologies, so to help businesses become more compatible with cryptocurrencies, especially Bitcoin, because for me personally, I feel like that is the inevitable future. So
Mm-hmm.
as such,
Yeah.
get those skills now, so that we later on in a better position.
So some kind of way where there's cross compatibility with Bitcoin and its blockchain and how you can help, I guess, utilize that for more, I guess, problem solving. And
Yeah, utilize it for problem solving, but also utilize it for like just so well, simply speaking, like financially.
mm,
Somebody's gonna have to figure out an application that can integrate it with everything. So right now, Lightning Network is pretty much that. But
okay.
Lightning Network, like if I'm a major business and I want to integrate the Lightning Network with part of my whole organization, so there's going to be servers that I need to get, and there's going to be people that I hire in order to maintain those servers, and people that know what the hell they're doing to implement that code into that organization. Um, I feel like and there's going to be maintenance of that too. So all I'm saying is that like eventually and more organizations are going to adapt to it, and while that adaptation is happening, I feel like there's not going to be a lot of knowledgeable or certified people that can keep up with the demand of those positions. So
Okay.
I guess what I'm trying to say is I want to place myself to be, experienced enough to be considered to be one of those people that can uphold and maintain those type of systems.
Mm.
And that's just strictly speaking financially. I mean, the other thing about Linux technology is that like outside of Bitcoin, it's its own world entirely. So despite I would like to fit Bitcoin a part of that whole plan and trajectory, but there's just a lot of other things that Linux is capable of, and I don't know. I definitely see it in between Bitcoin and technology and what I'm studying right now. I can see it. So henceforth, why I do what I do.
Okay. So you're sort of trying to find the middle ground to connect these two sectors of business, or how you can find some kind of transparency or compatibility.
It's it's pretty sort of like as I was saying before, like the point of singularity. I know that that's in reference to black holes, but like in terms of technology, there's a singularity. Like humans and technology is like converging. So like we're reaching that point, and we're on a steep exponential curve. I just think it's gonna be simple and very I don't know, hopefully easy to find like a career doing the stuff that I'm interested in, which is Linux,
Mm-hmm.
and also including Bitcoin a part of that. Um, whether it's the glue that I don't know the specific use case, but I just know that that's going to pan out, and that's a very
Yeah.
realistic, viable plan to be on, and so therefore that's why I'm like heavily considering it.
Okay. I mean, I guess that's pretty much all I had on here to ask. Um. Yeah. Is there anything else you wanted to add? Any other? I don't know. Any shout outs? Any pages that you want to
Yes,
suggest?
sir. This is my final comment. So I feel like Bitcoin is definitely a paradigm-changing technology. So the way email came to be in the 90s, I believe, like SMTP and TCP/IP and those internet protocols were developed and designed and were implemented, and then email became a thing. But it wasn't until years later that it became very, very, very popular. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel like Bitcoin became a thing and it's paradigm shifting technology, but its use case hasn't been fully realized yet. So I guess what I'm going to say is that I don't know. It's just learning about the tech and crypto space is extremely valuable to me, and my goal is to position myself to learn as much as I can in order to facilitate that the technological innovations that have to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to be one of the people that writes the code that can make Bitcoin compatible with everything, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
To basically facilitate that coming into the new era of the world, especially in regards with technology. Um, Bitcoin is not going away, and unless there's another, I don't know if Bitcoin is going to be like the end all currency, but it is for sure
It's
going to be
paving
a
the way for that.
staple of a new financial sort of way of being. I don't think people have to rely on fiat money to survive. People can rely on this, and it's
Mm-hmm.
much more reliable than fiat money.
And
So
even at the least, just to show people that there's another very viable option that, people think that this, I mean, I assume that just money is just the way it is right now because that's the only way it can be because there's nothing else available to you. And, this sheds a whole new light on that. And I think that's why the current, people in power are so scared of it. And, you wouldn't talk down about something at all if you if you didn't care about it at all. Uh, pretty obviously, but yeah. All right, I want to thank you a lot for coming on here, and sharing your wisdom. Uh, I definitely learned a couple things. So yeah.
Cool.
Uh,
Thank you for having me. I'm just glad that you take the time to hear me out. Because usually these conversations with us, and I'm having a lot of conversations that I have in past years with people.
yeah,
So it's nice sharing it outside of the context of the
for
car.
sure, for sure. Well, thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it.
Of course, no worries.
All right. Well, thanks everybody. Again, this is Mindful Investing. I'm Michael Pierre, and yeah, I'll catch you next time.